and they don't know what to do with it in symbolic terms. And when it comes out, guess what?
It's Aki.
It's Aki. It's Aki. This is something that has been brewing for a number of years now, this anxiety, this yucky in people. That's one point of view. Another point of view, you have systemic failure. Or do you have a systemic contrived failure to instigate activities to destroy North American society? This is going to be a huge event. It's a life changer.
Yes.
It's a game changer.
Yes.
Our vehicle said to you yesterday or this morning, she said, watch the price of seafood. Things will start to be $40, $50 a pound. Eventually, you won't be able to find it. No, fish will become very, very rare. BP cleaning this up, will they pay for it? On that level, whoever pays for what, someone always blackmails someone else. The bottom line is, here's another point of view. Our vehicle was reading a newspaper and it suggested that already 80,000, 80 and then 3 more zeros, 80,000 suggestions, solutions from various people around the globe have been submitted to BP as to how to deal with the problem. You are, it is important to remember, in a highly supercharged state of innovation. This Grand Cross that is being activated through the summer moon. So it is dismantling, it is disrupting, it is stimulating, it is all these things. But remember, it is also activating new brilliance in humanity. And you will see that some things, even though they are very devastating, it will bring out the best of creativity. Events always have, when Michelle said, who did or what or tell us, it's too narrow-minded a picture. There's always many agendas involved in something, and this you must remember. Even if a global elite person set it into motion, there's so many other stories in which a mass event is brought to being. This oil spill is a major mass event. Around in the 1980s, there was some similar astrology that you are going to have this month or early next month. Maybe it is early June. And at that time, it was Chernobyl. They lied about everything. It created a major devastation. So this oil spill is falling into that window. There's potential for other things to make people look at their folly, to make people really examine how to live on Earth. You all live off of oil, and you enjoy your lifestyles. And if there was no oil, we will tell you this, you will come up with something else. You are at the cusp of an old world dying and a new world being born. It will be possible. It will be possible for the brilliance of humanity eventually to come out and to deal with this major economic disaster, ecological disaster, but not soon. You see, humanity likes to forget things, file them away. And so collectively, you have, whether whoever started it, it doesn't make any difference. You know people are crooked, you know they are out to destroy things. You ask yourself, what is it doing for us? This will destroy many, many lifestyles. It will destroy beaches and oceans, plankton, creatures large and small. This tar will go around the Gulf. It will start to move up into the Gulf Stream. There's no technology that you are currently using that can clean it up. But there's people power. And people power is greater than controller power. But the controllers have convinced you that they have the power. Why? Because they run your paper money, your monopoly games. And so this confrontation of people's desire, not just wanting, but caring, against an uncaring system. This event, one could say, is the spewing forth of all that's been hidden in the subconscious mind in the depths of the human oceans of emotion. And it will spew for a while. And it will ruin many, many things. And it will change the minds of humanity. It will begin to change human priority. Your politicians will attempt to slip in cap and trade and all sorts of environmental locks and labyrinths and games, as they always do. Which people power is on the rise, and psychic power is on the rise. And there'll be more and more people who will start to say, we have to put love into the earth. We have to have a new way of being, not windmills, not destroying things to make something. Mr. Tesla had it figured out a long time ago. In some terms, in the nanosecond, and certainly as you approach 2012, many timelines will start to merge into your now. Things that broke away, that forgotten, things that are unresolved healing, things with great solutions, they're all going to want to come together to go through the eye of the needle there and feel that galactic energy. And so it's possible that the cleanup will be long and big, and it will completely and totally etch itself in human memory as a massive disaster that can never ever happen again. The problem you are facing now is that another well could go. Why do we say this? You are Chiron in Pisces, big wounds from the ocean, timeline issues connected to the ocean. You also have people on oil rigs now that employ tens and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people around the world who are really nervous because they realize that there is tremendous amount of ego and ineptitude in the industry. And sometimes the smartest and the ones who know the most and who care the most have been fired because they've been issuing warnings for a long time. Hey, sloppy work, we can't do this. So the ones who care and the ones who are smart have been let go. And the ones who are greedy and the ones who just want to dig and get and do and have a job. And now they are all nervous. They are wondering if their rig is going to blow. And there's stories among the survivors of the rigs that are very suspicious. And so there's anxiety running through that world. And when there's anxieties, there are errors. And another spill could really tip things in a very, very bad direction. Anyone else? Questions, comments?
Well, what I noticed working in the energy industry, this is Janet Lee,
Yes.
is that just in the last week or so, there's been more explosions. One in West Virginia, one in Pennsylvania. And this is in working with those gas shales.
Yes. And then you've had a mine collapse in China and here and there. What happens is that once you start setting something off, something really big, it starts creating a level of anxiety and anticipation, event anxiety in people. And then they just start, unconscious mind just starts exploring and expressing itself. And again, remember, these are explosive energies in the cosmos. They will bring sudden, shocking, surprising changes to people who are unaware. And you can turn some of those into good things, and some of them are going to be really, really shaking up the stability of your system. So that, as we said, by the autumn season, things will be really rearranged. And you will not have the reliability of the things that you have today. Just as things changed very much from where they were in 2008. See, you can't get or do many of the things you did in those years. This is a contracting on one hand to make you recognize something, to realize what it is to live on Earth, to pollute the library? As the old Bible teachings say, God said, go out and use the land, use the creatures.